Hello, my name is Matthew. You may also know me as MrMattyPlays. Today, I'm here to spread the good word of Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic. Are you a naysayer? Well, today I'm turning you into a believer and you've got no say in that because this is going to turn into an Xbox One logo. You're going to see it on PS4 and it's going to the Switch. I'm going to tell you exactly why, because I'm a psycho when it comes to this game. You know me.
This is the best job in the galaxy.
During Nintendo's September Direct, the most improbable announcement occurred.
Welcome back to where nothing is what it seems.
Not that one. The Star Wars Jedi Knight series is coming back. Yes, that one. Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast, Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy. They are returning to current systems, and I did not expect this at all. I mean, look at my reaction.
Daemon X Machina will be ready for action September 13th.
Oh my god, no time. No time.
The Star Wars classic.
Oh my god! Oh my god! No fucking way! Oh my god! You get to play as Kyle fucking Kotor, bro. Let's go! Yo!
Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast.
Oh, hey, oh. Now, some people are actually very confused why Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast is coming first, but there's actually a very interesting timeline when it comes to this series. It dates back further than I think a lot of people know, and it's because the series blossomed very late. So let's go over the timeline, the news blurb, and get into why KOTOR should be next. So it starts off with Star Wars Dark Forces. This was a game released in 1995. You can play it on Steam still. Then there was Star Wars Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2, the sequel. Now there was an expansion pack for Star Wars Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2 called Mysteries of the Sith, and Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast takes place 2 years after that. So despite the actual naming of these games, Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast comes first and then Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. Like I said, the series blossomed late, so I think a lot of people are really confused. It sounds like Academy would come before Jedi Knight, right? That just makes sense, but no. Actually not. Announced during last night's Direct, the classic game ports are landing on both consoles, being PS4 and Switch, in the next few months. Jedi Outcast is due to arrive on the 24th of September, while Jedi Academy will turn up sometime in early 2020. Next year's offering will include some exciting online multiplayer maps from the original version of Jedi Academy. The re-releases are being handled by Asper Media, which has previously ported other major franchises such as Call of Duty, Civilization, and Borderlands. All right, you probably know where I'm going with this, okay? Because if you're gonna bring back the Jedi Knight series for re-releases, and while I love it, and I know a lot of people out there really love it, it has some amazing lightsaber combat. It's one of the first-person, third-person hybrid games I've ever played, and it did it really well, where the shooting was fun, and you could do a playthrough that way, but also lightsaber combat was intricate. There were multiple styles and ways to attack, and of course, there is the very popular Movie Battles mod, which has pretty much any Star Wars character you could imagine when it comes to the expanded universe, movies, comics, whatever you want, it's there in that mod, and it's pretty insane. So you can fight as anybody with anybody. So the series does have popularity and pull, I would imagine, but when you see that we have Star Wars Bounty Hunter on the PS4, we have Star Wars Jedi Knight coming back, what's really missing from that family? You know where I'm going with this? Well, let's also consider, before we get into KOTOR, Star Wars Republic Commando. This is another game that was extremely popular during the golden age of Lucasfilm games, where it was just banger after banger after banger. It was insane. And Republic Commando represented a gritty first-person shooter that brought a sense of maturity to the Star Wars universes. There were character deaths, there was blood, there was the Trandoshan ship, which was ridiculously creepy as a kid, and even nowadays, it has that very odd atmosphere to it. There's something very unique about that game that we haven't really seen in a while, and it also represents, and I won't spoil it, one of the biggest cliffhangers in Star Wars gaming of all time, and we've always wanted a sequel for it, and while I hold out hope for that, I don't think it will actually happen, but still, this is another game that could come back. Now, the reason I'm bringing up KOTOR Republic Commando in spite of these Jedi Knight re-releases is because I don't think that Xbox Game Pass is a factor anymore, because there were the rumors that A, Game Pass was coming to the Switch, and I think that still very much is a possibility and is likely coming through xCloud, but that Game Pass and backwards compatibility on the Xbox isn't going to stop these re-releases. For those who aren't aware, you can actually play Star Wars Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, and Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast on Xbox backwards compatibility. That's why the re-releases are specific to PS4 as well as the Switch. Meanwhile, you can just pop in your old disc for the Xbox. So I don't think anymore that the backwards compatibility on those systems is going to stop companies from saying, let's re-release these games. And the reason I want to talk about this more so is because yes, Jedi Knight is popular, but I think KOTOR is the most definitive Star Wars game of all time, right next to Battlefront. I think those two stand together as the biggest Star Wars games that have and maybe will ever exist. One showed Star Wars in a new light that no one's ever experienced before and created a mature story with excellent role-playing elements, great dialogue, incredible characters, wonderful worlds that we've never seen before. And it wasn't about the movies, it was about a completely different universe. And the other represented the universes we knew so well and let us dabble in them as your common troopers and mess around with classes and then have the Galactic Conquest mode. There was so much strength to both these games that it's no wonder they dominated and were talked about for years and years and years. Now, what's strange about KOTOR is that the first one has an iPad iPhone version. So they've worked on porting this game in the past and it can work on technically current mobile tech. And I'm sure with Game Pass, streaming it onto your Switch wouldn't be much of an issue. It doesn't seem like a demanding game to run. But if we can get Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast running on this Switch, what is to say that KOTOR can't run on it? I don't know, man. It's insane to think about. Like, we're right there. I don't know how people who have been following me for years and have been naysaying can't believe now, because this is that telltale sign of like, okay, they're building towards something. They're doing something here. There's something going on. They're not just going to do one Jedi Knight series, even if it's a year or two. They're not just going to do one Jedi Knight series and then stop at that. Clearly, they're working on gradually bringing these games back. And when you consider that there is a Old Republic show reportedly in development, when is a better time to announce that these games are coming back than within the next year and a half or so? I truly, truly believe it's coming. I really think it actually is happening, and it makes me so happy, because even if the show or the movie or whatever ends up stinking, at least I know, hopefully, I'll have my games. And I know the anything is possible approach is sort of pretentious, sort of annoying, because it's like, Matty, facts, come on, man. And you know me, I'm very fact driven, but I feel like it's, I don't want to say safe. That's too much of an assurance. I feel like it is only right, maybe that's too much, to assume if you're gonna do Bounty Hunter and Jedi Knight series, why would you leave other ones in the dust? Like Battlefront sort of makes sense because you have Battlefront 1 and 2 on current consoles. That's DICE's approach, and maybe they're getting locked out. I don't know how the rights within all these Star Wars games works, but somehow they unearthed Jedi Knight, which I thought would be a tough one as well, but they did it. As far as I'm concerned, if there is money to be made, a lot of people are willing to lay down and accept fate. If there is money to be made, or if there is a demand from the consumer, we just saw Sans from Undertale in Smash, okay? Like, if there is consumer demand, they will make it happen. Until then, they'll make excuses on why it can't happen to delay it or push it off until there's more and more demand. They're like, okay, now's the time to cash in our check. Trust me, it happens all the time. When there's a will, there is a way. And I'm pushing, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pushing. I want to put it out there that we want KOTOR back. I know it's possible. It's only a matter of time. But look, I'm repeating myself at this point, but how often do I get a chance to do this? It's been a good couple of months since I made a KOTOR video, okay? I'm sure I make KOTOR references weekly, but it's been a while since I've had a direct, dedicated video for it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I leave you with this. Believe that KOTOR is coming. It is only sensible, and I want to raise an army of KOTOR believers. And this is getting weird. I just genuinely want people to be pumped because I feel like it's coming, and yeah, I think it'll be awesome. Oh God, I get like, I can't think of the words. I can't think of the words. Like, what other game do I do this for? I can't think of the words. I had this feeling when I was watching the Nintendo Direct as they were like hitting me with surprise after surprise. And when I saw Jedi Knight come up, the tightness in my chest, guys. Like, I'd say at least twice a week, whether I'm like showering, on my run, just chilling, I think about the day a Knights of the Old Republic re-release gets announced. You guys have no idea how much spirit is put into this desire for Knights of the Old Republic to come back. I hope it's painfully clear in these videos and how much I talk about it, but I would love nothing more than when this game hopefully comes back and we start to see KOTOR rise again, that I can sort of like be a part of a community that loves KOTOR just like we do here. Oh my God, man, that would be so cool. I'm just rambling now though, because I don't know, KOTOR is close to me and I treat you guys like friends, family, whatever you want to consider yourselves. And so sometimes I just feel comfortable chilling and talking. But anyway, that'll do it for me, guys. I think it's happening. I'm a believer and I hope you are too. Anyway, let me know what you're thinking about KOTOR maybe coming to modern consoles in the comments down below. I know there's a lot of rights to work around between Obsidian, BioWare, EA, Lucas, but look, it's possible. Enough of this. It's possible. Okay? Jedi Knight made me a believer more than I ever was. So fire away. Other than that, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. Those links are in the description down below, along with my Patreon. Do consider supporting that as it fuels all the content I create here. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.